Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about deep copy. In previous video we learned what is shallow copy. We learned how to create a shallow copy of an object and of an array. Now in this video we're going to see the main difference between these two concepts. Let's say here we got an object user and it has two keys. John, it has two keys, name, it is John as value, and contact. And then we're gonna do this. It is going to have two keys, the telephone. Let me put some random numbers, and then the email. I'm going to say johnexample.com, and then we need to create a shallow copy. Let's say const shallow copy. In previous video we talked about it. You can go check it out, because here I'm going to focus on deep copy. This is how we learn to create a shallow copy. We are going to use spread operator. Here, if we console the shallow copy here within the object, within the console. Here, if we console the shallow copy within the console, you can notice that we just created a copy of the user object. You can see, just getting a copy of it. Now, here, if we try to make a change within the telephone key of the shallow copy object, you're going to notice that changes we made in the shallow copy, it is going to affect the user object. And that's what we call shallow copy. In previous video, we just learned about it. Okay, that's what we call shallow copy, because when we are going to make a change within the shallow copy object, let's say contact, and then we do this, we do telephone, we change telephone to 123, you're going to notice that here in the shallow copy telephone, we just change the value of the telephone key. And if we console the original object, you're going to notice that it has been affected by changes we made in the shallow copy. But how can we prevent this behavior? We are going to use now deep copy. Deep copy, it is going to allow us to create a copy of an object or an array. But changes we are going to make in the copy, it is not going to affect the original one. That's what we call deep copy. Now, let's create a function right here. Let's say function deep copy. And then we are going to pass it an object. We're going to make a check if type of object it is different from an object. If we pass an array, they're going to return it, this object, because a type of an array it is an object, and type of an object it is an object too. Now here we are going to create a copy. We're going to do array is array. We are going to check if we pass an array. If we pass an array, we are going to return an array. Here we are using ternary operator. And then else, we are going to return an object. Here we are checking if it is an array, we return an array. Else, we return an empty object. Here you can see. And then we are going to iterate through this object using for of loop. For const key in objects. And then here we are going to check if objects that key has on property. We are checking if the key exists within the object. And then if it is true, we are going to continue. Here we are going to copy this key within the copy variable right here. We're going to copy it. We're going to do copy and then key here like this. We are going to do this. And then we are going to return the copy object. And then here we are going to call, instead of doing this, instead of using spread operator, we are going to call the deep copy method. And here we can say deep copy objects. Let's say this. Let's give this name deep copy object, and then here we can change. And here you can see if we made this change, you can see that the user object, it is still affected. Here you can see, because here when we are calling our function, we have to, you can see that our function, that our object user has a nested object. We have to iterate through this nested object right here, contact. In the deep copy function, we are going to make a recursive call. A recursive function, it is a function that calls itself. Here we are going to do a recursive call, deep copy. We are going to call, because when our function it is going to run, it is going to start like this, and then if it notices that this it is an object, it is going to iterate through these keys. That's what our function deep copy does. And then here, if we console the user object and we get in a console, we are going to see that changes we made in the deep copy object doesn't affect the original object, which is the user. And that's what we call deep copy. It means changes we made in the copy object or array are not going to affect the original one. Now let's create a deep copy of an array. Let's say here we got an array of numbers 1, 2, and then within this we got 3 and 4. It is a nested array. And then if we do this, we do copy, let's say deep copy array, and then here we are not going to use spread operator, we are going to use deep copy method. And then if we try to change this 3 within the subarray, you're going to notice that changes we made in the deep copy array are not going to affect the original array. Here we're going to do this. Here we know that it is at the second position, because 1 here is the first position, the 0 position, 2 first, and 3 here, it is the second position. Here we are going to access second position, it is an array, and then we get access to the first item, and then we are going to change it to, let's say 55, or let's say 90. Here if we console the original array, you're going to see that changes we made in the copy does not affect it. Here you can see it is still free. Let's change, let's see deep copy. Here you can see deep copy array. Yeah, changes we made in the deep copy are made within itself. It doesn't affect the original one. And that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. We just learned the main difference between deep copy and shallow copy. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.